You know, I was thinking of starting this thing trying to sing the chorus of Ringleader, but it's currently past midnight where I'm sat, so I don't think that would be a good idea. But hello! Hi everyone, thank you all for showing up at this late hour. It's lovely to see you all here. In fact, there's bloody a lot of you. I wasn't expecting this much. Yeah, we pushed back the initial thing about an hour, just so we can make sure we're here. Riot is just setting up their stuff. They will be with us very shortly. You know how it can be. Hello. Yeah, time zones are kind of crazy. It's currently 4 minutes past midnight right now, so it's technically already the 3rd where I'm sat. I imagine for a lot of you it's probably still the 2nd. But yeah, hi. Yeah, time zones are like they're like the biggest thing I have an issue with. Like I have to talk with a lot of people that I work with, and they're all in other time zones. And it usually means I have to stay up to this sort of hour my time in order to stay with it. So it's not like too bad. But you know, from the outside looking in, it's like, you know, why do you stay up until like 2, 3 in the morning? I'm not going to be going that late today. We'll be going for another a couple of hours, just doing stuff when we're all going ahead. Yeah, general plan is similar to past streams. We're just going to chat, we'll answer questions. Me and Riot are going to talk to you about the writing process we've had behind the 2 songs we've collaborated on. Even show you some behind the scenes things regarding that, if we can get the tech set up, because you know how tech can be. And it's gonna be nice. So I think I can move on to my main scene here. As always, every piece of fan art you're gonna see scrolling through this the entire time, every single one of their Twitter links is on the scrolling text on the bottom. Please check them out. Please make sure you support and favorite and like everything that they've done, because it's a nice feeling when people get inspired by the things you make to do this sort of thing. I think calling us me super famous is a bit of a stretch, but thank you. Thank you, Outcasted. Plodding along, busy, working on things here and there. So while we're just waiting for Riot to finish their setup, we'll just chat to me, people. What's going on? But thank you, MK. Yeah, as I've said in the description, I suppose today, technically, where I'm sat, it marks a full year since I first uploaded Eyes on Me, the Vox song. It was the first time that I'd ventured into writing proper original music, and in-character music at that. Taking a bit of a risk. I'd only done like covers and dubs up before then, and I was thinking, no, I want to see if I can have a go at making something that is true to these characters in a way that maybe other people hadn't done before. So naturally I chose hardstyle. And here we are, a year later. I think in terms of original music, I have like 8 under my belt now, in terms of individual tracks. Yeah, it's crazy to think back on that. What was my favorite song to record? I think in terms of my favorite one, it was probably the Alistair song, just because voicing Alistair is just really fun anyway, because you basically get to be a posh gremlin for a little bit. And I've always loved the idea of the whole manner of jazz singing and that era of music anyway. And yes, thank you, Handel. As the credits say, yes, this new overlay design, Riot designed it. for use in this stream and beyond, so make sure you give them a ton of praise when they show up so you can shower them with adoration of how good they are. They whip this thing up in like about 20 minutes. Like, that's how good they are. And also, please give a good amount of praise to Handel, because they're the one that did all of the artwork for the recent Fizz track, and it was awesome. And they were brilliant to work with, and they were wonderful in everything we wanted to do, so yes. Yeah, also just a slight warning. There's a lot of questions to sift through, so if I don't get to yours or if I miss it, then just please be patient. I'll try and get through them as quickly as I can, or to get to as many as I can. Let's have a look here. Will you do something with the character of Lilith? That would be difficult to try and do, because I mean, Lilith has so little to actually write about, which is the problem. I don't like writing original music where I'm having to guess a lot of stuff, or I'm having to make assumptions about what could be. I want to try and keep it grounded in what we know as certain fact about those characters, so I don't know, after the series itself comes out maybe, but when will my new song drop on Spotify? It has been submitted to all of the usual digital stores, but the process behind that, if people don't know, when I submit a song through my publisher to go to these other stores, once they get submitted, it then is up to the stores themselves to review it and process it, and they have their own timetables about how long it takes. Like, Apple can take up to a week, Spotify can take up to 5 days or longer. It's really out of my hands up until this point. I'll make an announcement when they do show up, and I am also adding all of my previous releases to Amazon Music, Tidal, and Deezer, just for a few more options to listen to if you use those, because I've had a lot of people asking me for Amazon specifically. But okay, hang on, I think we've got Riot's just about to join us. Bear with me a moment.
Hi.
Welcome in, everyone. The person themselves went to bloody Russia. Also, hi, Dave. Didn't see you there.
Hello.
Yeah. Say hi to Riot, everyone. We made it. Well, they made it after
Fashionably late for my own stream.
Well, that's the nature of road closures and whatnot. But yes, hi.
Yeah.
We made it.
Somehow, some way, we made it.
We did.
Oh god.
So yeah, as I said earlier, we're just gonna chat, answer questions. We'll go into the process of writing the two songs that we've collaborated on. I believe you have some of the storyboards and stuff we can show off for the animated segment and everything, so
I dropped them in the pinned messages.
yes, so we will have them ready for that as well.
I'll
yeah, let's see what we got here. Thank you, Meg. I see. Yes, Meg was the one who did all the artwork for Eyes on Me when it came out a year ago today, so thank you. You're amazing.
all this awesome art.
Yeah.
So much awesome art.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them. As I said earlier, all of the credits for them are in the Twitter tags scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Please check them out. Please give them all love, including some that you've done, right? Actually, they're scrolling through there as well. Because I have to have that. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your overlay looks so good right now.
You designed it though, so.
Thank you. It looks good. The resolution's good.
Yeah.
You never know when you're like scribbling on a tablet if it's gonna like blow up nicely.
Yeah, it worked out wonderfully.
I love it.
Let's have a look here. What else we got? What you felt when you collaborated with Crystal? Were you really excited? Working with Crystal, well, she's like the nicest person. Like, she's like so open to ideas. She's like really enthusiastic about it, and she's just so nice to talk to. I was kind of surprised when Riot suggested the idea that we could ask if she wanted to be a part of Pop, and you know, she'd never done anything, you know, musically like that before, but she absolutely nailed it, and I'm really glad that we got to do it. So yeah, it was a little surreal, but it was good to get that done.
She had expressed an interest in wanting to like sing a couple months prior. So, you know, I texted her and I reached out. So I'm just glad she had fun.
How's Bean doing? Bean is fine. She's currently got half her head stuck out of her little hide, and she's probably trying to rest, so I'm not going to bother her, but she's fine, thank you. Yes, Dave, Crystal is epic.
Crystal is a fucking gremlin.
It was so amazing, because it was just like, oh, I've never done this sort of thing before, so I hope this sounds good, and then she sent over the lines, and I was like, are you kidding? Like, this is amazing. You know, and anything that we want to do in terms of retakes, like, she was so good at that. So yes.
Oh my god, timely as hell.
Yeah, please go shower Crystal with love, because she absolutely deserves it.
Oh yeah.
From memory, did
Lady
singing and
killed
voicing
it.
Fizz hurt your voice? Yes. Recording the Fizz song, you have to do it in batches, because especially at some of the notes you have to hit in that voice, it's not easy to maintain for a long time. I'm not going to try doing it now, because it's way too late for me to start doing voices that extreme. But yes, it was a challenge.
Like your husk?
But yeah, a bit, yeah, just like Husk, I can only do it at certain times. So yeah, difficult, but in sections it's manageable. What was your least favorite song to record?
Anything I was on.
I wouldn't say that, but alright, to put this into perspective, I wouldn't say it was my least favorite, but I would say that Pop overall was the most challenging, because if you have any idea of how many different vocal parts had to be done to make that all
Oh
work.
my god.
Yeah, like I was asking Riot to record like the same thing like maybe 6 times for layering processes at like different octaves and like all this stuff, and it was a mess. But you know, it helps create a much more full sound when you have a lot of material to work with. So I wouldn't say it was my least favorite, but it was the most challenging, especially with some of the notes I was asking for you.
Oh yeah. First off, Ravenstar Media, thank you. That is really sweet. Secondly, dude, you guys have no idea. So like the bass melody of the song was kind of in my normal range. And then DJ goes, "All right, that was wonderful. Now, can you sing it an octave higher?" And I was like,
What?
If you guys
What is this
have any
impression
idea?
of me making me sound like I'm some sort of bootleg Octavia?
Because I'm trying not to make you sound like Octavia.
Okay. But yeah, I was asking Riot to like sing it like an octave higher than no, and they kind of like, okay, I'll try.
If y'all want a nifty cover, you should just have DJ upload the raw takes of my high octaves.
Trust me. It's so weird because it did start veering towards nifty, and but then mixed in with everything else, you can't really tell. So you know, it was it was fun. I think.
Bless your heart, you were a trooper.
Oh, from Dave. Here's a genuine question. Oh, a genuine question. That's how you know it's serious.
Ooh.
Who would you say are your biggest personal musical influences from singers, bands, etc.?
You want to go first?
I'll let you take this one first because I have a big list.
All right. I was raised on the Cranberries. I love the band Hole that Courtney Love fronted. Babes in Toyland, Joan Jett, obviously, and then you know The Cure, Depeche Mode. Just good old music like 90s, and then some early 2000s, and a lot of different stuff mixed in. Placebo for sure.
For me, it was a very kind of big opposite journey. Like, my first musical influences were... Like, the first albums I ever bought were, like, proper early 2000s, like, UK-based rave music. Like, I mean, I've played Riot some examples of this before. Like, really energetic, really fast, but also, like, these sounds that, like, you know, you couldn't achieve through normal instruments. And then that was the stuff that sort of, alright, I want to learn how to make this. I want to learn how they create these noises. And then, as you were learning that process, it was a case of, oh, you can apply that sort of thing to other genres, like, you know, heavy rock bands, and then things like 30s to 40s jazz music, and then, obviously, the other styles of rave and electronic music that's kind of gone to where it was now. And then in terms of popular music, it was, there was a duo that my dad listened to, John Otway and Wild Willie Barrett, which is basically just two guys on a guitar being dumb, and it was great. Lady Gaga in terms of the electronic vibe, and also just, you know, the layering of vocals and stuff. Like, it's difficult to nail down, like, just a handful of things. I'd say if I had to pick one person, it probably would be Yoji Biamahanika. He's a producer that I've followed since I was a teenager, and I love every single thing he makes, and they're a massive inspiration to how I create music.
We also have a mutual love for, like, Akira Yamaoka and
yeah,
Charlie Clouser. Oh
yeah,
my god.
Yeah, like, literally, I will put on the Saw scores and just vibe to that.
Like... Oh my god. Yeah, no, he will. Do not let this man have a sip of any alcohol, because your night is going to be filled with singing and him going, man, nobody appreciates the old stuff, and just blasting hardcore for hours.
Yeah, if anyone knows me personally, when I drink, I rave. And
we love it! We love it, though!
We'll go from there and we'll see what happens. Right, No, thank you, Jenny. I'm glad you like the things. In terms of dubs, I don't know. I've been really focusing hard on the music stuff. I've been really busy behind the scenes in terms of doing sound engineering for indie games. I've been doing it for other channels where they need sound processing for, like, 20-minute long scenes. I've been doing things for, you know, people who need my help with stuff. Back and forth. I'm actually doing something with Dave, as he mentioned not that long ago. Like, there's a lot. If something takes my interest and I think it's something that I think would be good with sort of added sound, then yes, I would. But I can't say for certain when or if that's going to happen.
Oh, there's an Australian in the chat. Hold me!
Oh dear. Yeah.
Oh no, I can't behave!
The weakness. Maria, did Crystal also sing in Pop, or did she just voice Cherry? Oh, Crystal sings. Crystal... The entire middle bridge section after the second chorus, all of that is Crystal.
Yeah.
That, like, especially the bits that were lining up to when she screamed out Pop, which was just so perfect. But yeah, that
she did the bridge.
Yeah, that entire section is just pure Crystal.
Yep. I did minor, like, harmonies in the background for that. She literally soloed the fuck out of that part.
Yeah, she was fantastic. So yes, Crystal does sing and also does one line as Cherry in the opening, and I'm curious to see if anyone knows which one it is. Because these two people who practice witchcraft, as far as I can tell, they managed to match their voices so close to each other that it's really hard to tell when one stops talking and one starts in that character voice. So, you know, try and guess where it happens. It'll be funny.
Yeah, I guess where Crystal starts and I end, or vice versa.
Hello, Corey. I see you sneaking
Hi,
in
Corey. I love Husk suspenders. They look snappable. Is that appropriate? Snappable? Can I say that on stream?
I mean, I've heard people say far worse than this on other streams, so, you know, why not?
Don't challenge me.
What else have we got here? Again, apologies if we miss a question. There's just a lot of chat going on.
Which we appreciate.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm so glad you're here. I was actually kind of worried that, like, because this is happening later than times I've done this in the past, that it would kind of be a bit off, but I'm glad there's a decent turnout.
For real.
Right. Do you think you would be where you are today when you first started posting original music? Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not in the slightest did I ever think that. I mean, you know, music was something that I've always wanted to excel in, but unfortunately it always came down to, from my experience, a lot of times who you knew rather than what you knew. So you could create like the best music in the world and it could be like technically flawless and brilliant, but then if you didn't know the right people or you didn't have a way to get it out there, then you know, no one would listen. But because of all the fan music that I've done and being able to gain contacts with people like Raya and all the voice actors I've worked with, and you know, so many people who have not only been contacts themselves to do further things, but have just been a joy to work with, then I've been able to get it out there, and it's now gotten to the point where I'm confident where it's like, okay, in future, I can actually just release an original song, not based in fandom, not based in anything, and people will probably listen to it. And I would never thought I would be in that position a year ago. You know, I made the Vox song because I thought that'll be fun, just making a hardstyle track about a TV head, and then here we are all this time later, and it's like, you know, it's surreal in a way, I think.
You are so talented!
With the claps, that's how you know that they're being
yeah,
serious.
Because like,
Slay,
I can't spit Stop mocking me! Yeah! Slay, you're so fucking talented. You're lucky I ain't throwing fireworks. I got a whole pill bottle full of them right next to me.
They're not kidding.
No, actually, hold on. I want to see if the mic picks this up. Let's see. Oh, wait. Ah! Hold on. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
Oh, my room smells like gunpowder now.
What a shock.
My Pomeranian's mad.
Oh, babe.
He's okay. It's okay. Nemesis, I love you.
A Pomeranian called Nemesis is just the best thing. I love that.
We got Wesker the Doberman, too.
Of course. Has he, when he's consumed all his food, does he talk about how he's achieved global saturation?
No, he just shows us how he's achieved global saturation by taking a fat wee.
Ah. Ooh, questions for Cycoriot. I love your OC. May I ask, how did you come up with the design? The little purple slime is so pretty.
Oh, okay, so, the Cyclops thing, largely inspired by Cherry. I also loved Leela from Futurama. Purple's my favorite color. The Cyclops thing's also an inside joke with my family. And DJ can back this up. Almost every picture I take, half of my face is missing. So I only ever have one eye.
It's like a running gag at this point. It's like, even
yeah.
just carry it on for the laughs.
Yeah, and also I'm just oh, go on.
No.
No.
No. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god, no.
Wait, I'm Australian now.
Yeah,
Nar.
Yeah, that's literally how Riot thinks I talk. I'm like, oh my god, I'm from like England, and like, oh no, like.
Oh my god. Cry about it.
I don't cry about it. I just roll my eyes and think, wow, you're really off the mark there.
I'm a really fancy DJ and I've got a really good rapport with people and I'm so fucking talented. Swoon. Yeah, my life is awful.
Yeah, that don't sound like me at all. I don't big myself up that much.
I disagree.
Let's have a look here. How many hours do you find yourself practicing a single voice before you're happy with it? I can't really give like a definite time frame. I mean, usually I will do like a bunch of takes, especially if it's one that I've not tried doing before. Like I've had to do that for not so long ago when I was doing the Invader Zim series, A Very Tall Problem, and I had to voice Lardnar. Never done that voice before, and it had to take me like at least maybe 7-8 attempts to try and get something close to it, and then you just repeat the lines and you practice it until you get something right. But it depends on the voice. Like, there are some voices I know that I just cannot do, and then there are some that come really easily. Like, for example, in the Fizz song, the reason I asked Doofkin to give his fantastic and frankly astounding imitation of Blitz was because I can't do it. Like, I've tried, it sounds awful, and yet there are other voices that just come naturally, so it really depends on the character.
Meanwhile, I can do everything and fuck you, I'm talented. I'm kidding.
I mean, I know. I would agree, or at least that's what they claim.
Did I just ask to do a cherry bomb giggle?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that just your giggle, though?
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's like literally just your laugh anyway.
Yeah, this is just kind of how I talk. It's that Crystal and I vibed over this. We call it the Midwestern bitch twang because she's from Chicago and I'm from Cleveland. And there's literally just a way that we both talk. It's like another language entirely. Also, my mouth is full, so enjoy that.
Crunch, munch.
It's a burger, mother friend of mine.
Good save, good save. Yeah, from here. In a previous stream, you said you didn't like certain types of dogs. It's not like, it's not like I don't like certain types of dogs. I just think the very, very tiny, like, gremlin-looking ones, like pugs and chihuahuas.
Like Nemesis?
Yeah, a little bit like Nemesis. Well, Nemesis kind of makes up for it because he's got, like, poof. Whereas,
yeah,
a thing like a chihuahua looks like it's a bat that kind of mutated wrong. So I'm not a fan of that.
What in hell is a rowdy Scott?
Oh, hello there!
Oh. Forgive me, I'm not cultured.
Clearly not. Everybody who's played Stray tell DJ he looks like a companion.
He does.
Yeah.
He is a companion. He's a good one.
I'm just around. I will help
No, you're
the tiny
square.
creatures. M-Beam Voices. Yeah, if you want to do a cover of Ringleader with something, then by all means, you're more than welcome to. I can't give out instrumentals because I'm trying to keep a curb on what people have access to due to the numerous billions of channels that basically re-upload my stuff with shitty Nightcore edits. And I can't stop them, but I can try and delay them, so... But yeah, if you want to make a cover of something, then that's very flattering, and I'd say go for it. You're more than welcome to.
Like, you guys don't understand how much work goes into his, like... Let me like, geek about this for a second. His sound design is effing insane. Like, I'm gonna say this, because I feel like it's gonna get overlooked. Even when he did the demons walking at the beginning of Pop, he compensated for things with humanoid feet, shoes, not shoes. For Cherry, he compensated and did sound bites for 2 different types of shoes because she's got a boot and a flat on. He literally thought about everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when Cherry's walking in that opening bit, her footsteps are odd shoes because her shoes are odd. So it's like, well, no, if you're gonna make it match that, it needs to be something where it's like, you know, it matches what we see, so... But the thing about sound design that nature is that when you do it well, most people don't notice it because they just take it as, you know, that's just how it is.
Like background work in the animation.
Yeah.
Like, our animator did not draw those backgrounds. Another very talented artist did.
But then we had to try and find a way to move those backgrounds around so it moved with the animation that Seb did and everything, and... You know,
yeah,
it's
and boarding those was fun too.
Yeah, when stuff like that goes well, the audience just takes it at face value and it's like, yes. But it's when it goes wrong and something's off with it, then you'll notice there's an issue. Yeah. Yeah, from Alistair. I've been getting this question a lot, so I'm just gonna say this on public record. People keep asking about if, like, any of the other prior cover music is ever going to get released. Specifically, Change the Order keeps getting asked a lot, if it's ever going to be on Spotify and stuff. Unfortunately, my hands are kind of tied on that one, because Change the Order is originally a song from Silent Hill. The instrumentation is brand new, the key of it is not in the original, and obviously it's not performed in the same way, but it's not an originally written song, it's a cover. And because of that, and the rules that state that are in place when you're having digital platforms like Spotify and stuff hold your music. You need to get permission from the original copyright holders and the writers
for licensing.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be able to do that for a song from Akira Yamaoka. I just can't do that.
That's so much money to pay for the rights to that.
Yeah,
to make money off it yourself.
Yeah, if there's ever a chance that situation changes in future, then that's fine. But that applies to every piece of cover music I've done before Eyes on Me came out. Like, I appreciate the interest in them, and I'm really glad that people want to listen to it on the go, but it's a legal thing. It's out of my hands. I can't put that stuff up for sale because then I would be technically making money off a song that doesn't belong to me.
God, that reminds me. That's exactly how we met. I approached him to do a cover with me. Can we talk about it at this point? It's so far off the table.
Yeah, when me and Riot first started talking in terms of working together and doing stuff like that, the initial idea was that we were going to do a cover version of Villain, the song by
KDA.
Yeah, KDA. I forgot the name for it. The KDA, the League of Legends band. And we're thinking, we split this up between Angel, Cherry, and the 3 Vs, and it was going to sound good. And then as time went on, we assembled these things together, but we just kind of never really finished it. I mean, it's still sat on my hard drive. It's still mostly complete. We just haven't finished it, so...
Well, Sure to Drown, and then Pop came up. You started working on Use Me Up. You had so much stuff come out between... What was that, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, and I would really like to get it out there because I was really happy with how it sounded. Like, I recreated the instrumental from scratch. And...
You can show them, can't you? Just a couple seconds of it?
I can try. I mean, the problem is...
I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, it's the problem is that with stream things, editing stuff on the fly is not easy. I'll see if I can... I'll see if I can drag it out. But,
that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, that may... surface when it actually gets finished, because it is basically just kind of like there. It's not complete yet, it's not final mixed down, but that was the initial idea. But yeah, but because of that, we wouldn't be able to put that up on things like streaming services or whatever, because the song's not ours. And we will be trying to make it sound as close to the original as possible in that respect. It wouldn't be like a full-on alternate version like Change the Order was, so that would make it even more difficult to get away with.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be Angel and Cherry, like, vibing about being baddies. So, not really much to change. The lyrics already hit right.
Yeah. Any plans for commissions or voice requests? I can only really open commissions when I, like, have the time, and I just haven't had the time to dedicate to them for a while, unfortunately. Like, as much as, like, I've been... uploading semi-frequently on the YouTube channel, there's so much stuff, like, away from public uploads that I've been doing that's just taken up so much of my time. You know, I'm currently working on moving house, I'm working on all the game projects that I was talking about before.
We're planning our wedding.
No. This is the running gag with Riot. They're just convinced.
Look, you're starting to crack. You're starting to crack. You admitted it the other day. Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
No, you keep telling yourself that. Hi, Tia! Nice. What a great distraction to have the artist of pop and many of your favorite merch things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a convenient distraction. Yeah. Hi, Tia! Amazing art! Where's your distraction now, DJ?
It's the awkward silence.
You say awkward, I say incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, well, that's you.
Oh, yeah.
At the very end of Pop, what did Cherry say? She says, love and laughter always. It was something that we asked Crystal if she wanted to include it as a...
sign-off.
Yeah, as a sign-off for Chris, because it was something that he used to say a lot. And so we thought, yeah, that's going to be the sign-off to the song. We thought it was a good way to end it by having that included in there.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we have to fight or something? I don't know. Epic rap battles of history?
I can't take epic rap battles of history seriously anymore.
You're not supposed to!
No, but I mean, like, the The best one I heard was where someone made a joke version about where it was Eminem versus IBS. And it was just like, he starts like, my name is Eminem and I like to rap. Oh! and that was where it ended. It was really stupid. But it was so funny. That's my sense of humor, by the way, for anyone who isn't aware.
It's delightful.
It's just
wonderful.
loud and dumb. There we go.
Oh boy, this chat is moving fast.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep up with. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Cycoriot. It's nice of you to say so. When getting art for your original songs, do you ask what they're doing when they're doing commissions, or do you ask them saying they're doing a song and that you'll pay them? I just approach and see if they're available to help. Whenever I've worked with artists to create the cover arts for the songs, I never want to inconvenience them or make it seem like I'm being forceful. It's just a case of, it's like, if you have the time or if you're able or even want to, would you be open to considering making this artwork? And, you know, every person I've worked with in that regard has just been fantastic, because they're just...
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly talented, they're very open, always giving me update feedback, you know, like Ninja, both of the ninjas, Ninja Haku and Meg Ninja, Handle, you know, it's just, people are great in that respect.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, they got it.
Did you see the chat?
Yeah,
you got it.
They got it.
Charlene Caffrey, good job.
They got it. Do you have an Instagram? No. I have no reason to use Instagram, and I never will have a reason to use Instagram, so no.
I use it, and all people do is steal my art and use it to roleplay Cherry Bomb.
Which is all the more reason why, like, why bother? Like, it's literally just setting yourself up to sort of, like, you know, have your stuff stolen.
Aww. Also, thank you, Alistair. That's very sweet, and I hope you have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, good, that stinky deer is gone. Now we can get some real work done.
Ugh.
Keep him out of my hotel. My girlfriend's gonna go absolutely crazy.
God, that was too sing-song.
Yeah.
Why do I hear a stopwatch chime in some of Alistair's song, or am I losing it? I'm actually trying to remember, like, because whenever I've used Alistair's radio noises, there's so many samples of, like, actual things that have been corrupted by radio static that are thrown in there, so clocks and other associated...
And, like, dials clicking.
Yeah, like, that snakes its way in there. Consciously or not, I don't think so, but it just happens sometimes.
You know, it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility for me to think you would put a metronome in there because of how much big band you used in your catalog.
I think so I'm trying to remember, because I made Smile Like You Mean It, like, quite a while ago, and my memory is so bad as it is, if anyone knows me, like, it's just a sieve. It's got holes in it all the time. I believe I started off with some sort of metronome to, like, introduce the opening song, but I don't know if I kept it in the final mix. I'd have to go back and look in my project files.
I don't know. Either way, it was good. I do not like Al a lot, like at all. Like at all. And that song lives in my head rent-free, and I had to tell him that, especially his husk in it. When he did his husk, I would message him at like 4 in the morning, and I'd be like, hey, this is gonna be wild. I'll totally pay you for it. Can I just have your husk part so I can put it on one of those little stuffed animal recorders and stick it in my husk plushie? I just loved it.
They're also not kidding, like, because of the time zone difference, I literally get, like, a message from them sometimes at 4 in the morning, then I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck have they sent me now?
You're like, why is Riot down bad before dawn?
Jeez. When you said you're working on indie game sound design, is that something you can talk about, or is it NDA right now? Well, there's a demo for one of the games coming out soon. I'll make an announcement about it. It's not strictly NDA, I just haven't basically announced I'm working on it properly. It's called No Body. It's kind of like a RPG horror game. Think like Undertale meets Silent Hill. It's actually really fun. They asked me to do some sound engineering for it. That's fun. I'm also doing sound engineering for a visual novel called Kiss Off, which features my friend Corey and also Michael. If you want to go check that out, there's a demo for that available now as well. Yeah, so not NDA. It's out there. I just haven't spoken about it because it's not technically out and ready yet. They're still in development.
Yeah.
What was the favorite comic you ever dubbed? Well, I think you said it was A Prank Too Far, just because it was a collaboration with so many other people to get right, and it was quite a challenge to sound design such a massive thing. And then, even beyond that, just being able to work with Carlos, whose visual editing kind of carried that entire thing. I think that's probably the one I'm most proud of. Will we get a say Pentius the Snake? Will he get a song? Maybe.
I fucking want it so bad! Oh god!
Do you know it's really funny? Because, okay, because the next couple of things I want to put out music-wise are not going to be related to Has Been or Helliver. Particularly, there's a Sonic song that I'm working on with someone that's like a duet piece that sounds like an action final boss piece of music, which I'm really looking forward to doing. There's some ideas I've got around for doing a Deltarune track. There's two pieces of original music that aren't related to anything in the fandom that I also want to put out there. Now, I don't know what order that any of that's going to come out in, but that's stuff I'm working on. But I will say that after his redesign reveal the other day, I did start getting ideas. I just started...
Please, can we talk about this later? You know I love to help with that. Come on, please.
So I'll say we'll see for now. We'll see.
Can we talk about the thing we might get working on within the future timey area?
Yeah, another thing we were thinking of doing in terms of stuff that me and Riot were going to work on together was potentially...
Yeah,
this is still like up in the air because we've got no solid ideas for it yet, but one thing that we were thinking of doing was something with Verosica. I was re-listening to a lot of like Lady Gaga's like, you know, the Fame Monster and Born This Way era, and and also bands like No Doubt and stuff, and thinking like all of this sort of stuff would work really well for this character, but the problem then comes, it's like, we've got a general idea of a song, how we want it to sound, but then the difficulty is, what do you make it about? What do you make the lyrics about? How do you make it grounded in all the things that we know for a fact are true without delving into speculation? It was the big issue I had when writing Ringleader, because we only know so much about their background, and I had to make sure that I wasn't inventing lyrics that were delving too far into, oh, well, I think this happened, because then an episode could come out a couple of weeks from now and completely contradict it. But yeah, that's an idea, but again, we've no idea how that's going to turn out or when. But watch
Would you be open to Undertale too, as well, since that's already canon, fully fleshed out and done?
Yeah, things like Undertale and whatnot will be fine because they're finished pieces of work. So.
Oh yeah.
When's the Ringleader coming to Spotify? It has been submitted, but it is out of my hands until Spotify themselves process it, but I'll make an announcement when it's live. Was it fun singing as Angel in the Don't Talk About Bruno song? Yeah, Lana asked me to just be a part of that and help sound design that, and it was just a fun little thing. I like Encanto's music, so I was like, oh yeah, sure, this will be great. I like that.
Yeah, he got to treat my fucking vocals for that track, too.
Yeah. Funny how that keeps happening.
Yeah, we just keep bumping into each other. It's almost like we're,
no,
meant to be.
I should point out that Riot says all this while they're already in a relationship, just to...
Hey, I'm Polly. Just step off.
Just to keep this grounded.
I told him I was gonna do this. He's acting all bashful. I've literally been threatening him on this, like... I told him I would hit you guys with this on stream, weeks ago?
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So
yeah, you're like, we'll see, Riot, we'll see.
All of your songs canon. No, none of them are canon. They are not official.
They're canon in our hearts.
Yeah, they're not official pieces of music.
Though they should be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that I've had some of the team members comment and like what I've done has been like a really flattering thing. But no, none of them are actually canon. It's just all just fun. Just me being a fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pop was like exactly that. Like, everybody knows me as Cherry's #1 fangirl on Twitter. I draw her constantly, and I've been role-playing her since end of 2017, beginning of 2018. And yeah, I started dubbing her like a year after that, and I've just always loved that girl. She helped me through like the death of my father, just a lot of stuff. That character specifically.
It's funny how, because that's a similar situation. Like I've explained this on stream before. That's a similar situation as to how I got involved in that universe in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's
2020, both of us.
Yeah,
we both lost a parent.
Yeah, it's something that's like, you know, regardless of what happens with it or anything else like that, it's still going to have that level of personal importance. And you know, it's given me the confidence to think like, oh well, I can actually put out purely original music and people will want to hear it now. Like, I feel like I can take that step thanks to what I've done with it already, so...
Yeah, it helps. Music is healing, and characters being able to mask and just, like, write through these just really helps you get through a lot of stuff.
Have you ever thought about doing a live performance? Well, that depends what you mean. If you mean, like, singing, like, actually doing stuff like that live, I mean, I've never done that before, ever, in anything. The most live things I've ever done before was doing actual DJing, and that's fun.
He's done that for me before on VR chat.
Yeah, it was something that was a plan at one point, and I would like to
It's still a plan.
I'd love to do, like, to just stream a set, but the problem is that no matter what platform you use for that, like, if it's YouTube or Twitch, then it's just like, do you have a license for that? And they copyright strike you, so it's just a mess. I mean, it'd be interesting.
We could totally do it on VR chat. You don't have to have a model or a headset to get in there and just listen to a set of his. You could just stand there in a model while he plays it, and nobody gets copyright struck.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Has Vivzy ever interacted with you? She left a comment on Use Me Up, and she followed me on Twitter, and that was really nice. Just to have that sort of recognition, but nothing beyond that.
Nope. She's a busy lady.
Have you got a license for that? You need a license for fucking everything, I swear to God.
A license to run that mouth?
What are my favorite has-been Hello characters? It's funny, like, I know it's because some people haven't tuned to past streams, but I get asked these sorts of questions a lot, but I don't mind answering. Hello, Moxie. There's no contest, he's just the best. Has-been is tied between a few people. It's difficult to say. I can say for certain that Moxie is the best for me in Hello, though. What about you? Oh, have we got connection problems? Right, Riot may have temporarily died. Hang on. Look. Yeah, we lost her. Nope. Oh, you gotta love internet problems. Let's look. After seeing Circus, is there a possibility for another Stolas song or something from the childhood perspective of Blitz or Stolas? I don't know. I've had people ask me if I'd ever revisit and do, like, another song on the same character. But I think if I was going to do that, I'd like to make it a duet between more than one of them. So, like, you know, if I was going to do another song that featured a character I've done before, I'd want to feature another character. It's like if I was going to touch Vox again, I'd have him do a song with Valentino, as an example. I'm not saying I'm doing that, that's just saying that's what I would do if I was going to make another one. Have you ever hang out with fans in VR chat? I've been on there a handful of times. One to test the idea that Riot mentioned of doing the DJ set and everything else like that. But I haven't gone on there very often. And it's usually because the timing of everything is difficult to manage, time zones and all that. Who's funner to voice, Vox or Valentina? Vox is more fun from like a technical standpoint because I get to do stuff with vocal manipulation, which is always nice. But in terms of being like actual acting, then doing Val was more fun. that bloody packet loss, man.
Are you kidding? What is wrong with my internet?
And now you're back.
Oh, thank God.
Man.
How? I can be on VR chat all effing night, no lag, no nothing, but I can't be in an effing Discord call.
No, I think I'd blame Discord for that more than anything.
Yeah, I think it's my region.
Do you have a Discord server? No, I do not. And I don't think I'd have the time to run one because it's just too much stuff.
Anyway. Yeah.
Will Fizzroll's song be on Spotify? Yes, it's all been submitted. It's just it's there. They need to process it and finalize it now. It has been sent off to those stores. It's out of my hands. I don't know when they're gonna have it ready, but they will do soon.
Oh, philosophizing asked if we have a ghost. Do you remember the story of when we were writing Pop?
You'll have to remind me again, Civ memory.
I was in the cemetery because it was the only quiet place I could call you to test out doing the chorus. Because you were like, can you sing this an octave higher?
Yeah,
and when I sang it,
yeah,
I sang it, and then, oh God, I don't remember what I heard. It was a completely open cemetery. There was nobody else in it. You could see everything. And I sang it, and then I heard somebody, like, repeat one of the lines back to me in a men's voice, and I freaked the fuck out and got back in my car.
Yeah, that sounds real good.
I was like, well, yeah, okay, morbidly Maven. I am what the kids call gothic.
Gothic.
No, I don't know. I just like them. They're quiet. It's nice to, like, it's peaceful. Classic shit. Cigarettes and poetry. I don't know. Don't smoke.
It's the singing tombstone. Nah, if I was in the graveyard and someone started singing at me, I'd be really annoyed if they didn't sing the Haunted Mansion, like the 5-piece.
Right.
The crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake. Like, if you don't do that, then it's like, nah, you're not a real ghost singer.
Madame Leota moment.
Call in the spirits, wherever they're at.
Oh my God, I remember that. John Matsu has a question for the Cherry Bomb song.
Was Crystal the singing voice or the dialogue, or was it duet? Both Riot and Crystal both sang in Pop. They both did different lines in the opening, and in the song, Riot sings the majority of it, but then the entire middle bridge section before the ending of the song is all Crystal, and Crystal also sings the second half of every single chorus. So,
and I fill in with the harmonies.
Yeah, they both sing throughout together.
Aw, thank you.
Bitch, sing more, DJ, probably. You know?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, I wasn't that rude about it, but...
I gave you express permission to blow my manager up because of how hard it was to get me on a fucking work grind at first. You were just like, Riot, I want to get these parts done, Riot. And I would be like sending you like really cheeky looking cherry bomb icons, and you'd hit me back with really like disgruntled looking Vox ones.
Yeah, because it was just a case of, is this a joke to you? Do you think we, do you think we can afford to do this?
Yeah, and I'm just like, he's mad.
Oh yeah, yeah, John. That's the thing, is that if they do a good enough job, it's really hard to tell when it cuts off. Like, I remember when I was first assembling that little bit, up until the very ending of Crystal's line, it's so hard to tell when she starts speaking instead of Riot. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, oh come on, you really don't know.
Yeah, it was like I had them say the full line, and then I cut halfway through just to have that bit through, and I was like, why are they identical? This is like actually eerie.
Yeah, it kind of was. Even for her, like she and I would go back and forth and we'd just be like, which one was you again?
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we lost track of who was what. We're just like, fuck it, we'll share.
Oh, Cherry's voiced by both of them just because, well, initially the plan was Pop was going to be just Riot singing and doing everything, because obviously being very good at impersonating Cherry. But then, because Riot knew Crystal and basically just reached, and Crystal was Cherry's original voice in the pilot episode, it was like, hey, do you want?
She didn't get to be a voice in Addict, so I was like,
it was like,
this
hey,
girl deserves a song.
It's like, hey, do you want to be a part of like an actual Cherry thing? And yeah, and again, Crystal came in. She was super nice. She was really on board with the idea, and she was like excited about it, and she was just so good to work with.
Oh my god, yeah. She was like really good at taking direction too, because again, she had never done anything with singing. When she ran through her lines at first, like her musical lines, I actually had to go through, and we had like little impromptu singing lessons back and forth in the DMs, and then DJ would come in over top and be like, hey, I am not Crystal in disguise. Allegedly. Though we are real close in age too. I like was kind of shook when I found out that like she and I were like right there. Like could have been in school at the same time age. What was I saying? Head empty.
The process of doing the impromptu singing lessons.
Yeah, no, she was really good.
It was really surprising because, again, she said, like, oh, I've never done anything like this before. So she wasn't really sure of how it would work, but then she just came in and she just nailed it straight away. So
oh, my God. And when DJ went in and cleaned up, like, I'm putting up air quotes, acapella, because obviously you're vocoded to a degree, but it doesn't have the backing instrumentals. He mixed it, showed it to me, and then he's like, should we show Crystal? And I was like, yeah. And she was freaking out. She's like, that's not me. That's not me. I'm opening my closet checking for Ashton Kutcher. You are punking me right now.
The thing is that, you know, it's not so much vocoding. What people don't understand when it comes to studio recordings is that it's very rare you'll have an absolutely flawless take whenever a vocalist does a bit. I have this thing all the time. The reason why my vocals when I sing sound so good is because I retake the same bit over and over and over and over again, and then I take the best bits out of all of those different takes and then I stitch them together so it sounds like one continuous clean take. You don't have to be perfect every single thing. You don't have to resort to really heavy pitch correction like a lot of people like will.i.am use. You know, the main way that you would record it in a studio setting is that you just do a bunch of takes, you chop and paste the best bits together, and then you arrange them. And Crystal was so consistent in how she recorded all of the takes I asked for her that when I was assembling it together, it was like, I don't really need to do anything here. Like, I really don't. And I think that was kind of what surprised her, because I was taking the best bits out of everything that she'd done and then assembling them together so it was like the best it could possibly be. And that's not like a shocking production method. That's literally how a lot of producers record vocals for really big singers, because it's not humanly possible to be perfect every single time you record a bit. It's just not.
Well, except my Charlie takes on Sure to Drown. I am kidding.
Yeah.
I am effing kidding.
Yes. What microphone do I use? Well, right now, and I've been using this one since I really started doing this little adventure I've been on, it has been Rode NT USB, and it's done very well. When I take it into my actual recording space where I soundproof everything, you can get a lot of clean results out of it. I've been meaning to upgrade to something better for a while now. It's just that with me about to do moving house things and stuff, I just haven't had the time, but I'll get there.
And I use a Stellar X2 that was a hand-me-down from our dear friend Ellie with a mini fuse interface.
Am I the voice actor for Vox and Val? I am not, and even if I was, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But no.
Oh, man.
Any music productions tips? How do you put your music together? That's a very difficult question to answer.
He calls me in Discord and he cries. No, I'm kidding.
No. When it comes to music production, the thing you really need to listen to and pay attention to is take one of your favorite songs that you like, that you enjoy the most, and don't just listen to it and enjoy it for what it is in terms of like, oh, I like this song, vibing, whatever. Listen for the specifics. Listen to how the drums sound. Listen to how the certain bass is a way of doing it. And then that gives you a better idea of how these songs are assembled together in terms of the parts that they have. So, the drums may have like 3 separate bits that you can hear, like partly in one ear and partly in the other, or a synth line might be in one side, or a guitar might be in another. And when you know the structure of how a song is made in that way by paying attention to that, then it makes it easy for you to think, oh, well, if I want to achieve a similar thing, I need to do this. Now, the technical aspect of it is something that you can only really do by actual practice and learning, but that's the best way I would say to start it. Listen to what you like and analyze it for detail.
Yeah, dissect it.
What are my favorite VSTs? Right now I've been using a lot of Serum. Silent 1 has been surprisingly versatile for what I need. Massive. All of my contact libraries in terms of the string sounds that I use, the guitar things that I use, and then anything by Vengeance in terms of their drum packs, I would say.
I think I got a question about art up there a little bit ago.
Oh, yes. What software do you use to make your art?
I use an iPad, and most of my art is done on Procreate or Ibis Paint. That's literally it. Even the texture sheets when I help Taffy with VR modeling is all done on there.
Who is your favorite characters to voice act for both of you?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I can take a stab in the dark about what Riot's is, but, for me, it really is dependent. I like doing any character that has, like, a streak of evil in them. Like, again, when I was doing Lardnar for Invader Zim, or anything with Val, or anything slightly threatening, I always like doing those sorts of performances, because it means that you have to, like, really bust your acting chops a little bit to get that right.
Oh, yeah. I like anything that's dynamic. Like, Cherry is literally just... It hits so close to how I talk on a regular basis. Like, come on, DJ, you know you're my favorite guy to party with. Like, I don't really have to do that. But then you have characters like Charlie, who are just fun to kind of emulate. And anything like that is what I have fun. I like Wild Girls. I know Undyne doesn't have a voice, and neither does Susie, but I did some live readings of those, and those were some of my favorites. So just anybody who sticks out.
Riot can scream a lullaby and get you to sleep. You're not gonna sleep when Riot screams. You're not.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you will. You'll be sleeping because you'll pass out from the fucking migraine. Yes.
Hi, Lady D.
Hi, Lady D.
The wonderful Asmodeus in Ringleader. Please give them a lot of love for that. Riot, do you ever have any issues with art block, and how do you get through it?
Oh my god, all the time. The only way to get through art block, I know you'll sit there and go, I have things I need to finish and it's killing me. You can either try to force yourself through a piece to completion just as much as you can tolerate it, or put it down and just sketch a bunch, because like whenever I'm having art block, if it's the kind of I can't think of anything to draw art block, I go look up pinups. I go look up at pinups, pose references. I just pick a reference for a pose that's real generic, and I slap my favorite character over it. Because one, it keeps interaction up on your page so that you stay motivated. Because when you see your numbers dropping, or you see people like just losing interaction, or sometimes you just see other artists just getting a lot of traction while you're sitting there for a few weeks with nothing. Put something out, just a sketch. It doesn't have to be finished. You will be happier for it, and you won't lose that muscle memory in your arm. Was that good enough?
I'd say that was a very thorough answer.
Hell yeah.
To both, what's your favorite Hell of a Boss song? I mean, House of Asmodeus. Just kind of obvious. I would think.
Yeah, it's really good. And Vacated Bone Town.
I think it's just because it's the one that has the most people at once in it. It feels like a proper musical piece compared to some of the other ones. So I prefer that one the most.
People really want me to sing you to sleep, bruh.
I mean, they can want all they like.
I was gonna say, usually I conk out before. How many times have I conked out on call with you? Like twice.
At least. Also, thank you, Dragon Scale. For those who aren't aware, Dragon Scale is a very long-term friend of mine. The one who actually helped me doing that very, very first comic dub way back in 2020. And they're a wonderful person. So thank you for being here.
For showing up.
Jeez, I have this royalty-free music and it's going way too hard right now. Like, what gave it this right? It's not fair.
Yeah, no, it's kind of slapping, honestly.
It's fine. I'm sure YouTube will still say it's copyrighted in some way because, you know, it's YouTube. But we'll see.
Can we tell them how we came up with the lyrics for Sure to Drown, since that one's a funny one?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we might as well. I mean, one of the things we're going to see was how we actually came up with some of these things anyway, so...
By effing, like, basically role-playing over call. Like, we would just kind of bounce back and forth in character. Like, I'd be like the entire intro of Sure to Drown was us effing around back and forth, and, like, there was so many, like, parody moments. Like, we didn't live record it, but I'd just be like, so, Husker, and DJ would just hit me with, like, a...
Husk. Like, yeah. It's...
Oh.
like, it wasn't so much like, you know... I think roleplay's too strong a word. It was mostly a case of we had the idea for...
Improv.
It was like, yeah, we had the idea for how we wanted that opening scene to go. It was supposed to be a setup, like a therapy session. But we were struggling to think of how it would go dynamically, and... We stage it as like an improv thing. Like, I've done a handful of improv things when I've been part of like Axel streams, for example. So we just based it around that, and then it just kind of like, you know, the idea of Husk constantly like interrupting her to like correct her about her being like so naive, and that was like, yeah, that's good. We'd make a note of it and go on from there. And then obviously then Riot had the inspired idea of, hey, if Charlie's being a part of this, can we have a callback?
Yeah, because you played your instrumental, and there was this big gap in between Sure to Drown. And I was like, wait a minute. And you're like, I really don't know what to put in here. And I was like, wait, sing your part from Smile Like You Mean It right there. And you did, and it fit. I was like, don't even change the notes, just sing it. It fit so fucking perfectly. And then I was like, what if we rewrote it for Charlie?
That's literally how most of our writing process comes along. It's like, we'll just have, hey, hang on, try that. Yeah, and then you go from there. It was inspired. Because and it was funny because we knew people that would like recognize it, but because it just is such like a, oh yeah, because now it's like Charlie using the same melody against him from a previous song. That's clever. I was like,
trying to appeal to him with his own words.
It was really good.
Oh, that was so fucking fun.
Riot, do you have any art inspiration or artists that you admire?
Silent Zound. Oh my god, Tia's art makes me crazy. Kazoodle Cat, D'Amato. I have so many art inspirations. One of my partners was my art inspirations, Archnophilia. He was like doing the OG angel art, like pre-pilot. God, so many. I just look through the stuff that I retweet on Twitter. Matcha Martian, Seb. I consider DJ an artist, so this green fucker over here. Lots of them.
What got you into making music specifically for Helivera has been? Well, I've been a musician since, you know, like my early teens. Like, I've always had some sort of like musical disposition, but I didn't start trying to make stuff until then, when I got the software and I started messing around with it. So in terms of making music, that's been like a lifelong thing for me. Making stuff specifically music related for this universe, though, was... I think it was the first thing I ever put up with. It was like, oh, well, I just got 20,000 subscribers, so I'm going to do something special for it. And I covered a Lady Gaga track in character. And then I was like, hang on, that was actually really fun to assemble. I don't want that just to be a one-off. And it went on from there. And now here we are with literally like 106 more thousand subscribers than then. And
oh my god, I know.
Yeah, another thing, I just want to thank you. Like, you've pushed Ringleader past 250,000 views in less than a week. You guys are insane. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the amount on Pop too.
Yeah,
like, thank you everybody.
Yeah, Pop's like at 350. It's just past 100k on Spotify streams as of yesterday. Shirt
like
Drown
2
is
months.
Shirt Drown is sitting at like 800. I don't focus on numbers like this too much, but it's just to make it obvious that like your support on like everything that I put up on this channel is like really massively supported, and it really means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never thought I'd be part of any like musical stuff that got like even 1,000 views. Like, I've been on streams a ton just doing like requests for Cherry or random characters, but like getting to work on this stuff is amazing, let alone getting to help like write it. Like, writing Pop was so fun.
Thank you, Carlos. Belgies. No one will know what that is, but thank you.
Oh, welcome back, Alistair. The radio demon is at the door.
He is.
Yes.
Don't let him in.
What do I do?
What's the favorite cover I did? Honestly, probably change the order, because I'm a massive Silent Hill fan, and then I heard that song and I was like, I can turn this into something else and make it fit this thing, and it's still Silent Hill flavored. I need to do this. So I'd say that was my favorite cover to do. How do you both warm up before a voice acting or singing session? For me, it's basically just drink a lot of water and don't do, or save the most strenuous stuff till the very end. Because if you throw your voice out early, you can't do the rest of it.
See, for me, it's the opposite of that, because I guess it's because we do 2 different kinds of voices. Like, for Husk, I would say that would probably be your thing, but because the hardest thing for like stuff for Cherry and stuff is that gravelly stuff. I would always do the hardest stuff first, because after that, my voice just goes out and I sound like this.
It's like,
so I can do whispering after. Yeah, do you remember how absolutely greatly effed my throat was after we recorded those high octaves? The next day I was like, hey DJ, how are you today?
I'm like, I'm sorry, but the pain is going to be worth it when it gets all assembled.
I was like, I'm not mad at you. I hate you, but I'm not mad at you.
If you could do a cover of a Disney song as a has-been character, what song and character would it be?
Another one?
That's a very difficult question.
Weren't you just Angel Dust in Encanto?
Yeah, there was that. But it's like, what else would you do besides that?
Did you do that Poor Unfortunate Souls thing?
I've been asked to. I haven't done it yet. I mean, that...
I thought that got put out already.
What else have we got? Have you ever considered adding your robot avatar to a song, singing him in your normal voice? The thing is that the robot avatar isn't like a character in his own right. It's literally just a representation of me. He's not like an original character. He doesn't have a backstory. He doesn't have anything else like that. He's literally just like an avatar.
He was technically Demon, 2 in the beginning of Pop, because you literally just responded to Riri as yourself, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, I thought it was a deer, and it's like bonk. I loved that.
I thought he was a deer. Yeah. Actually, that's a good example. Friends on the Other Side would be a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
What about making a song on Serpentius? Can't guarantee it, but watch this space. I have ideas.
I wrote him too. Please, like I said, talk to me later. You know what I'll do to make this happen. You know how hard I'll beg.
DJ Angel Dust sings WAP when? Never.
Can I be Megan the Stallion? Can Cherry be Megan the Stallion?
I wouldn't be able to live. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I spent time trying to recreate WAP of all fucking songs.
Come on.
No way.
Come on, just Ange it out. Come on, Ange. Certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass.
No.
Pussy.
No. No.
Come on.
No.
You're no fun.
Yes. Like, it would be a staple. It would be a pillar in this community to have.
This is vaguely flavored like that one train of thought we had where Cherry was Angel's camera girl in his videos. This is flavored like that.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'm inspiring you to misbehave.
Yeah. When we're trying to like come up with ideas for like songs and stuff to do, like there's just these tangents that show up in our conversations that lead us down paths like that, and it's like, how do we get here?
I don't know, but it's fun. Look, I like it. It's a vibe.
Thank you, champion. I'm glad you like that one. Yeah, Look My Way is funny because I'm getting so many comments on it now where it's like, first you predicted episode 7, now you predicted season 2 episode 1, and I'm like, I didn't predict anything. I just happened to get lucky with it was like a good guess as to where it might go.
Yeah, like, oh wow, this is a soulful character, and some very, very obvious unrequited love.
Do you have any tips for singing with rougher voices? Do it in batches. Never try and do it all at once. Like, for both Husk and Fizz, when I've been impersonating them, well, Husk, I can only do his voice at a certain time of day after I've woken up, because it's the only way I can get that growl in there without straining my throat. Fizz is basically just being like, oh, fizzies! And, like, screeching a lot. But even then, if you do that for too long, you'll wear it out. And especially on some of the notes I have to have Fizz hit, you have to really be careful. Yeah, space it out. Don't do it all at once. Like, take a while to record it. Don't try and do it all in one go, because you'll just wreck your voice.
I hear somebody asking for a Million Moxie song. I don't know, sweetie. When do you think you'd want to do a song with me?
No, you see, I can't respond to that because I also can't do Moxie's voice.
Oh, fuck, that's right! He seems like one you would be able to do. Yeah, I forget that.
I've tried, I can't do it. And I'm not... Literally, in terms of Hello characters, Blitz and Moxie are two I just can't do. Because to them, because their voices are literally their voice actors, you have to be able to impersonate their voice actors to do their voices in turn. And I can't. I've tried once and it didn't work. Like, yeah, in order to sound like Richard Horvitz, you just have to be Richard Horvitz. Yeah, there's no other way around it. Random question for both. Favorite dessert? Now, I'm a massive sweet tooth. This is a bad question for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck.
If I had to pick one absolute thing that I will never get tired of, probably mint chocolate ice cream, I think.
One thing that I would never get tired of. I like anything with fruit. This is gonna sound way too on brand, like cherry tarts. I knew that was coming.
I
like firecracker pops. Like the bomb pops, I will never say no to those. I even have perfume that smells like that. Again, painfully on brand. I am now on my knees begging for Millie content. I'm sorry, he controls all the music-y stuff. I can't really help you with that.
Moxie!
A thing! I have to be careful. I tread dangerously close to Applejack territory.
I was gonna say it's starting to go that way.
Yeah, if I don't like focus on keeping the voice high, it does dip straight into Applejack.
Yes, I am
DJ
a nerd
inspires me.
Yes, I am a nerd scratch cat now and forever.
Loved your remix, by the way.
Yes, it was very good.
Loved it.
I mean, the fact that I even got remixes like, oh, that's so good. Thank you so much. It was great. Question for both: favorite drinks?
Ooh. Cherry amaretto sour.
I've recently started having gin and tonic, and I really like it. Like, it was my mum's favorite drink, and I was like, you know, I've never had this before. I'm gonna try it. Oh, hi, Axel.
Hi, Axel.
Hello.
I'm powerful and I'm cherry flavored, apparently.
If anyone offered you a good beat, would you use it?
Good beat.
I mean, if you mean in terms of collaboration and using it to make something, maybe. It would depend on what it is.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I offer him a beat all the time and he constantly says no. Ew, icky Riot, get away from me with your grubby little hands.
Yoko Fam, Ringleader has been submitted to all of the digital stores, but it's now going to take them time to process it. It's out of my hands. I'll make an announcement when it's up. What's funner to do? Lyrics, instrumental, or the singing? Well, I always come up with the instrumental first. Like, I have a general idea of how I want the song to sound, so I do a few instrumental demos. And then you start writing the lyrics around that, and then the singing is the absolute last thing that you do. At least that's how my workflow goes. So in terms of pop, I had idea for chord progressions and the general sound, and I remember I sent over a demo of what the chorus would eventually become to Riot. And then from there on, it was like, okay, to match this, we can phrase it like this, and we can write this, and it went from there.
Yeah, if I would send him lyrics, he would go in and fix them, and I would go in and say, okay, what about this instead? Like, I'd go in and be like, let's swap this word for this one. And it's completely a back and forth process. And it's fun. To address a really small question up there, no, I did not meet Crystal while working on Pop. I met her the year prior when her and Chris showed up for my birthday on a Discord call, and they hung out for 2 hours. I had met her, like, more formally during one of her signing streams when somebody kept, like, boosting my name and going, have you seen this person's cherry art? And she was like, no, I love them. And I was like, excuse me, can we be friends? So she was already a friend. And then I said, hey, DJ, what if I asked Crystal to be on the track?
Yeah, and my reaction was like, oh, I mean, you can ask. I don't want to be a problem.
I was like, shut up, I'm asking.
And then
I think I literally said that.
Yeah, it was like, shut up, I'm going, and then there we are.
Yeah.
What's the BPM for Ringleader? 145.
Holy shit! I choked on my vape on that one.
Oh man.
Ooh, that's a lot of beats per minute.
How did you two come up with your usernames?
Ooh.
Paranoid DJ is something I came up with when I first started trying to create electronic music on my own. The reason I spell it that way is because it's influenced by the series of boss songs in DDR called Paranoia. Because I really liked the way that those things sounded. They were really fast-paced, they were ravey, they were really well produced, and so I was like, well, Paranoid, spelt in the same way with the lowercase I. That's where mine came from.
Oh, it's my turn now. Okay, so, This will get personal for 2 seconds, but not groany personal. Okay, so Psycho. I spell it like Cyclops. Obvious reasons. I'm also diagnosed schizophrenic. And Riot comes from the fact that I am a huge history nut. My mom was an 80s baby. I was born in the 90s, and I loved the concept of, like, girl rock in the 90s. So, like, they were called Riot Girls. Like, Courtney Love, Babes in Toyland, all that. They were called Riot Girls. And I also have, like, a huge soft spot for the history behind the LA riots. And then the funnier one is, I cannot tell you how many times people have said to me, "Oh my God, you're such a riot."
So I just rolled with it, really. Make a happy hardcore song, dude. I grew up on happy hardcore. I've made so much of it. You don't even understand.
DJ loves that stuff. He was shook when he found out I even knew what it was, and we went back and forth on it. This man loves hardcore more than anybody I've ever met.
Look, it's the music I listen to first. It's the music that inspired me to do what I do, and I'm always gonna have that spot, even if it's one of those things where I hate saying it in this way, you know, the way that all the hipsters go like, yeah, you probably never heard of it. But it's mostly because that tends to be true more often than not. So
yeah. I was happy to pleasantly surprise you in that regard, and then to, like, actually sit and listen to it. Like, it's good stuff.
Do I plan to get a Discord server? It's not in the cards right now, just because I don't know if I'd really have the time to run one or have one. I'm busy enough already, so I don't know. See, whenever someone mentions what hyperpop is, that just makes me think of, like, you know, Sophie and all the stuff that she used to make.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's not that, then I don't know what it is.
Pretty got a brief explanation. I have no idea how to describe it. Like, pop already is hyper. Did you listen to our song? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was right then. Yeah, it is Sophie. I guess by that extension, if it's a similar sort of vibe, then maybe some of the stuff that, like, Chase Icon's done, maybe.
Oh God, yes.
I've heard little of it, but I know the sound that you're on about.
Oh my God, yes. I was jamming to Chase Icon when I first approached him about doing a Verasika song, because just that energy, so good. Same with Cherry too. I remember bouncing a couple of those tracks off you and going, God, I love the structure of this.
Okay, so question for both of you, and don't sense because I'm here. Who do you think's going to win in the show, Alistair or Vox? I mean, if they're gonna follow the general way of storytelling, then Alistair's probably gonna win because he's the main character and Vox is a villain. So
I think I would like to see Alistair maybe get his ass handed to him by Vox, but maybe not, like, bad-ended by Vox.
Plot armor! How do I do the angel voice? I do it in the same way that Michael explained that he did it once on an old Honeycast. You just New York accent, slightly pinch your throat, and speak. Pretty much it.
Yeah. If you're fucking, you gotta push up on your... Do you even have an Adam's apple, you gorgeous twink?
Well, I have... Yes? What kind of question is that? I can't go anywhere.
I don't know.
I can't go anywhere with this thing.
I'm dropping so many F's in the chat. Also, Fondor, I see you changed your picture to Pentious. I'm gonna DM you about that later.
Was Vox in the Cherry Pop song? No, he was not. Also,
he was alluded to, though.
Yeah, he was kind of hinted at. What the line where,
live in the dream until my body drops.
Yeah,
the bridge.
Yeah, that bridge bit where they make a reference to pleased, greedy TV screen. We wanted to make it, like, dual-natured in terms of she's talking about playing up for the cameras, being on the news all the time, and also the fact that because Vox controls all the news, it's technically for him as well. It wasn't drawing, like, any hard conclusions. We weren't trying to imply that, like, she works for him or anything. It was just a case of, like, oh, it's a double meaning, because you have the news, and then you have Vox as the person behind the news, so...
I was pretty public about, like, how I would have loved to see Cherry working for Vox, because that could have been how Angel and Cherry commiserate. Like, Cherry's the media, like, she gets pimped out on the news. Like, her tits literally almost come out of her shirt in the pilot, and I could just totally imagine Vox being like, well, yeah, that happened, but do you think you were wearing too much clothing? And she's just like, are you kidding? Like, Bad Boss Vox and Bad Boss Angel, like, for Val, it just seemed perfect.
And, like, it would be good. But the thing is with that is that, again, as I mentioned earlier, with the original songs I've written, I never want to delve too hard into speculation.
Right.
Like, the reason
Which is why it was vague.
Yeah, the reason why I have, like, the scene at the end of the Vox song, the Eyes on Me thing, was because that was taken straight from what happened on the Instagram accounts. You know, and at the time, we all thought that was, you know, that is how their dynamic, so I went with it. That was what we knew was out there. In hindsight, I probably would just cut it out, and the rest of the song would still be fine. And it's the same with anything, like with the Fizz song. I haven't gone trying to explain the details of their rift. I just basically talk about the fact that there is one. Because the problem with trying to make too many assumptions like that is that all it would take was just one tiny little scene in an episode at some point, and then the entire thing is invalidated. And I don't want to run that risk.
Oh, I think somebody sent this message again, but we didn't address it. Can I address this one that's, like, directed at me?
Go for it.
They said, Riot, as a gal who loves doing impressions, I often use the songs you are in as guides for has-been characters. Your impressions are amazing, and they get me through so much. You're amazing. You can message me on Twitter if you want to add me on Discord. You seem fun, nice to talk to, and that's a really sweet message.
People are really nice.
People are nice. I don't deserve it.
So you can say that you're paranoid. Yes, immensely about everything. No, like I was saying this to a handful of people before the ringleader went up. I was like, what if people don't like this?
He does this every time he puts out a new fucking song. He'll DM me at like midnight his time, and he'll just be like, I don't know, what if they don't like it? I'm just like, they're going to love it.
It's one of those. It's totally illogical. It doesn't make any sense, but it happens. Do you have a question? How do you do the Vox voice effect? The Vox voice I try and give him has about, let me think, 4 different things working all at once. It's really hard to kind of explain what they are because they are very specific effects plugins that I use in my software to create it, but I'll say that there's 4 of them working together. It's not just like an effect that you can apply. I have to add all these particular things in, and then I also have to automate them so that the stutter's coming at the right time, that like he gets distorted at the right moments when he gets too loud and stuff like that. It's not just like throwing on a thing, leaving it there.
Yeah, you are so careful with your crafting. Oh god.
Well, it was the same thing for the idea I have for Val's voice, is that you want to make their voices have an effect because they're obviously demonic and they're not people anymore in that traditional respect. So, but you also want to make it so that they're not unintelligible, and I've seen some people where the idea of the effects they want to use on some of these characters is good, but they do it too hard and it ends up making it hard to understand what they're actually saying. So try and avoid that.
We keep getting line requests and it's really cute.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but you know, I'm trying not to do line requests for this one. I mean, right now it's about 22 in the morning, and my voice talking for this long is not suited for it, so I'm sorry. But
Fawn, if you ping me on Discord, I could send you a line request anytime you want.
You are going to love it here.
You are going to love it here. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
When collaborating with artists for your projects, how do you go about describing what you need them to draw? I basically tell them this is what the song's going to be based around. This is the general story I want to tell with said song. And then we discuss it. It's a collaborative process about what would be nice in terms of... Sometimes the artist will suggest something that they think will look good, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good. Or they'll send me a couple of variations, and I'll say, yeah, that one. Or it's something that we just talk about in terms of maybe this would be cool, maybe this would be cool. I don't like trying to dictate what the artists do, because that is not my domain. I don't know what looks good in terms of visual and stuff like that. That is not my area. So trying to direct people to do stuff like that would probably hurt the art at the end of the day. I let them do their thing, and I say yes or no.
With Pop, we hopped into a call with Tia, and we were like, we played it for her, asked her to go absolutely fucking nuts. This mad woman turned out like 2 drafts within, a day, and they were both bangers.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, I don't know, they were really quick, and I'm like, are you insane? Like... Look at, and then she added in, all these details, there was a bag of literal angel dust, and then there was Izzy's hat, and then there was, eggshell, all these references.
Yeah, I specifically said Izzy's hat needs to be in there.
Yeah, just, all these things that were in there as, little references, which is great.
Also, yeah, you can DM me on Twitter, if you're asking in the chat. That's totally fine with me.
I didn't know you're British. Yeah, most people are actually kind of surprised when they hear me talk normally that I'm English, and not based in the good USA, but...
The good. The great USA. I'm so sorry that you're so misinformed.
I don't know, I'm part of Great Britain, so...
Great Britain.
Is
that spelled with an E? Like the Greht? Gret?
No. I don't think I'm going to have an American criticize me when you can't even say aluminium correctly.
I can say aluminum!
It's not the same word! It
is the same word, it's aluminum. It's the crinkly flat stuff.
It is aluminium. That is its actual name.
It is aluminium. Why do I need to put extra freaking, that's like putting the nya on the nyen in Spanish.
No, because one thing is that's how it's supposed to be said. Aluminum is just we're not good enough for these fancy syllables that go above 2 or 3, so we ain't gonna have that in our words.
We're not arguing. We're having a lover's quarrel. Get it right.
Please don't.
Listen to him fucking grow.
This is the price of me working with a talented singer, is that I get this.
You get this. Wow, you poor man. Also, before anybody says anything, I also speak Spanish, so I'm joking about the nya. I know the difference.
How do I do the Fizzaroli voice? Man, it's difficult to explain. You basically just have to emphasize the growl. And I don't know. I mean, it's just, he's one of those voices where you can't really explain how you do it. You just have to listen to what Alex does in his original performance and then think, alright, he growls it, he has a certain way that he laughs and pronounces his words. You know, you'd laugh normally, but then the way he would do it would be like, it's, I can't explain how you do it, you just do.
DJ has a really, really good measurement tool on his Discord to gauge how well he's doing a voice for a character, because he'll do a line, he'll send it to me, and I usually will button mash in response to him if it's a dead knockout every time, and if there's something wrong, I'll be like, hey, that was really good, try this. But no, dead ass, this guy will just DM me, and I'll just be like, oh, or you'll do it in a call, and I'll just lose my nerve completely.
It's the best way to get feedback. If I get sort of a freak out reaction, it's like, okay, I did alright on that one then. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'll just be like, oh, it's so good. Oh god, it's so good. Oh man, you're so talented. And for what?
For what? Like, why? Why are you
what?
like this?
And why are you doing this?
What music software do you use for the instrumentals? I use FL Studio 20 and a bunch of external plugins. If Viv wanted you to do Vox's voice in the series, would you do it like the song? Well, I'm never going to get asked to do that, for starters. In the hypothetical that I ever would, that sort of thing would not be down to me. It would be down to how the people they have to do the sound design would think that that character should sound. All I would get given, I assume, would be some notes about this is how he talks. Everything else apart from that would not really be up to me, I would imagine. You lot are cool, why the fuck you lot talented? It's kind of you to say,
who are they talking to?
but it's also something we can't really answer, because,
Yeah, we're gonna sit and deny it, like, the whole time.
Riot, would you rather be ice cream or cotton candy?
Ice cream, because when it rains, there'd at least be something left of me to slip into the gutter.
Where you belong.
Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah, trash.
Oh yeah, I'm garbage! I'm garbage!
Favorite animal? Leopard gecko.
Oh, why such a hard question? Oh, F. Oh, damn it. I love so many animals. Frick. My current favorite are koalas. Current favorite. It cycles between those, snakes, sharks, cats, bats, and ermines. And Tasmanian devils. Oh. Anyway.
DJ, literally everyone wants you to voice Lucifer, Vox, or Valen has been. People keep saying it, and I just have to keep saying that it's not gonna happen.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Like, would it be fun? Yes, but is it gonna happen? No. So.
Is that a shame? Yes.
And I just put it down as like, it's flattering that people would want me to do that or be part of it in some way. That's flattering. I just also have I don't like fool myself in thinking about the chance of that, because especially with like any of the things that both shows, they use an external sound company to record everything. They use talent agencies and people who have way more experience than I do, so it's not something I even think about, to be honest. Would it be cool? Yes, but whatever.
That's a quick one I can answer. I speak English and Spanish, though I'm better at comprehension than conversational. I was raised in a bilingual area in a semi-bilingual household, but I can read and pronounce French, just can't really converse in it. I'm also fluent in bimbo. I say flipping my hair.
Always flipping the hair.
Yeah. Duh.
Yes.
Why do you always have to mock me?
It's too easy.
True, but come on.
Yeah, you don't dish it out if you can't take it. You can't.
Don't
you can't
dish it out
mock
if you can't take it.
Oh my
It's
god,
not fair that
DJ
Stop
British. Oh my god.
it.
Stop!
You're
No
such an asshole. You're an ass. But I love you anyway.
I can't believe it.
You see, he does this to me, and then we sit and talk about music for a few hours.
That tends to be how it goes.
And then what he's having for dinner, and then he zones out working on something, and I'm like, Dead by Daylight or Bayonetta?
I'm too predictable.
No.
As everyone asked, how much did you guys enjoy working on Cherry's Assault? It's probably one of the favorite things I've ever done, just because there was so many things to put together. There was so many great people to work with to bring it all together. You know, with Tia, with Seb, Crystal, Riot, obviously. Like, everyone who helped out with that was just like, it was the biggest collaboration I've probably ever done. So I really liked it. Also, hi Meg. Bogies.
Bogies.
I love it how when there's like these references with people you know and no one else gets them. Great.
I'm just gonna smile and nod no matter what, so I can feel included.
Opinions on IDM like Aphex Twin. Oh, Aphex Twin's like top tier. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Have you seen Little Shop of Horrors or that original dentist scene before you recorded the voice for the dentist animatic? I had seen the film of it a long time ago, but I was not very familiar with it. I had to watch the dentist scene in its entirety a few times to understand like what needs to be emphasized the most, how it's sung. But it didn't take long. I mean, the song itself is relatively simple, so.
Yes, Philly? I'm seeing, like, panic. What's going on? It's like, riot, honey, baby, sugar. Will Penchus be a main character? We don't know. We're not Viv.
Yeah, we are absolutely not. What's your favorite video game? Bayonetta. Don't even have to think about it.
Bay of fucking Netta. The day this guy found out... Go. Okay, yeah, you go for it. You go for it, fanboy.
I just don't even need to think about it. It's just Bayonetta, both 1 and 2. And 3's coming out in a month.
What I was just about to say. The day he found out that 3 was coming out, I wake up to, like, Christmas morning levels of little boy excited messages from this guy, and we got into a call about it. And he was like, no, Riot, you don't understand how much I love this. And then he was, like, showing me clips, and he's like,
I've been waiting 5 years for this game. They announced it in 2017. It's nearly been 5 years. I deserve to be excited.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then when Hunk came out, you were like, ah, man, he's Legion, but there he is.
I was like, look, I know he's Legion, and I know it's bad, but it's Hunk, though. Come on.
It's Hunk. Yeah.
We ain't gonna see DG as soon as Bayo 3 is out. No, the day it comes out, I'm gone for the day. You won't be able to reach me. I'm just... He
specifically said, I was like, can I watch you play it? And he's like, you're not gonna hear from me until I'm done playing. And I was like, can I watch you replay it? That man's gonna fuse to his chair the day that game comes out.
What's a music genre that you think or you know you'd struggle with doing? You know, for the longest time, I thought anything related to guitar music was going to be my biggest weakness. Mostly just because trying to synthesize a guitar is difficult. It doesn't sound right. But because I was able to get my hands on essentially these libraries where they'd recorded all different ways about playing the guitars in certain chords and different amp setups and everything, and they're all real instruments, but then you could arrange them how you wanted to in the software. That was then how Sure to Drown came around. I was like, I can make this sort of music now, and it sounds realistic, it sounds believable. So up until then, it probably would have been anything that was heavily based in rock or guitar, I would say was my biggest weakness. How did you record Angel tackling Alistair in a prank too far? Very carefully, because screaming. Very, very lots of screaming. As for Bayonetta, morbidly, it's just because it's both. Bayonetta herself is a great character, and also just because the gameplay is incredibly satisfying. Also, Riot, what was your favorite video game?
My favorite video game, Outlast, any of the Silent Hills.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Bayonetta's like the #1 spot, but then like everything below that is like on an equal playing field. Like the original 4 Silent Hills, Alien Isolation.
Yes. I'm playing out with Ark right now, and I love it.
It's great. Oh,
Resident Evil. Evil.
Obviously, Resident Evil.
Oh yes.
Also, things like early Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
Like the first handful of games up until 3, for example.
Oh,
after that, it kind of like took a nosedive and wasn't really that amazing anymore. But we can't all win, so.
Which Resident game is your favorite? It's 5 with Sheva and Chris, right?
Yes.
That's my favorite. That was the first one I ever played. And I got to do it as Angel and Cherry with Husk involved when my friends and I did it on a fan dubbing stream. I loved it.
I'm torn. Like, I really like the remakes of 2 and 3. 3 more than 2, and I know that's a sacrilege thing, but it's got Nemesis and Jill, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
And then, Village.
Oh my god, yeah. This man knows every effing Domitresque line, and he can recite it, like, down to her cadence. Any line.
Look, listen.
I have no choice.
Look,
You literally pay me. I have to listen.
I at least make it clear that I'm not alone in thinking this. Maggie will be so proud of me. Oh, Maggie seems like one of the coolest people. I would love to meet her one day.
Oh, yeah. I would love for you to meet her too, because holy shit, you'd give her a run for her money with her own lines. You probably remember more of her lines than she does.
I know, she's pretty good at it. Like, she's really, like, heavily into it on some of the streams she's done, so... thoughts on Devil May Cry? I haven't actually played a lot of Devil May Cry. Like, I played the original games, like, once or twice. I played Devil May Cry 5 a lot, and I think that was really fun. I think there's just something, like... There's, like, certain styles where I don't like the fact that, like, all the combos are tied to a single button. In a lot of them, I prefer the way that Platinum's done other combat, like Bayonetta, like Revengeance, like some of their other ones where, I don't know, it feels like they're an evolution of what Devil May Cry is. But I like them.
I like Devil May Cry. I like them. I kind of fell off the bandwagon up until where Nero showed up, so that's what, 3?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. That was high school for me. And no, that was middle school for me, and that's like the last I stayed on the top of music, video games, something. I don't know.
DJ,
you could hear my brain stop right there.
DJ, what's the craziest song you've produced?
What is it, DJ?
Honestly, it's probably one that hasn't seen the light of day before.
I wonder if this is one of the ones I've heard before.
I don't know if you'd heard that, if you would have heard this one. I'm trying to think what it was, if I even.
I don't know, because you've played me a lot while you're drunk.
I mean, there was the fuck, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. It was an old edit of a rave track that I'd heard ages ago that never got officially released, and I basically just kind of like recreated it because I needed a full version of it and it never came out.
You did show me that.
Yeah, and it's probably it's probably that one, I would think.
It's so fucking good though. Same with that one cover you did that one time as that one character that I told you literally haunted me.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that scrapped project.
It's a shame. That was a good project.
Question for both: yes or no to hash browns? Yes.
Yes, God, yes.
That's not.
What do you think I am?
Not even a question. Thank you, Scratch Cat. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Scratch Cat.
DJ, would you ever do a song for someone like Moxie or Paimon? I mean, I'd need to find someone who could do Moxie's voice to do that, and the thing, it's as I've said before, sometimes a lot of character songs, I get requests to do certain ones, and some of them are based around characters that really have not much to work with, so it's really difficult to think about how you could do it. Paimon will be one of them. He's appeared in one episode, and there's not really much to him apart from that he's just a royal prick. So, I don't know. Well, maybe in the future at some point.
Oh, hey, there's MK Winks.
They're back.
Yes.
Question for
Oh, I like that
DJ.
question.
Inspired by you and I mentioned did the animatic of 911 a year ago. What animatic would you like to see next if it was made? If someone wanted to make an animatic of stuff, well, someone did say the other day that they're basically turning all of Ringleader into a full animatic. So if they can pull that off, like I can't wait to see that, because animation to me is like wizardry. I don't understand how people do that.
Frankly, I would love to see Sure to Drown or Use Me Up as an animatic. I think that would be so sick. Ooh, or Get Hooked too. Oh god. Your performance for Valentino in that gives me so much like you give me like identity fraud, because I talk to you so normally on a regular basis. You're like the least down bad horny person I've ever spoken to. You may have your like sides, but you keep that completely off the like table when you're talking. You make it like very hard to tell if you like something like that. But when I hear you singing as Valentino and speaking all that dirty nonsense, I'm like, no, that's not DJ. He would never say that. Oh my god, he said that.
I mean, if you're gonna be really accurate, then technically I didn't say it. Valentino did. So.
Oh my god, yeah, just like Cherry Rope Pop herself.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing now. Like, we've been speaking for like 2 hours straight, and now my voice is kind of like getting gravelly alone that it can go down those. It's.
Please have mercy.
Please have mercy, baby.
Hi, I'm looking for my ex. He's a little imp guy. Kind of stupid.
Sounds like a real bitch to me.
Oh, absolutely. You smell like expensive perfume. Do you have a car I could sit in?
Oh, you noticed.
He's wearing Valentino by Victoria's Secret.
Lipstick in my Valentino white bag.
Oh my god, that line. Oh, man. You are such a good voice actor, DJ.
Yeah, but I can only do certain voices at certain times of day, and even that was pretty poor, if I'm being honest.
It was. I mean, it did the burr. It got the burr.
I could have done a lot better than that.
Yeah, I know, because I've been streaming before, and I will randomly just get like my Kokoro going Doki Doki out of fucking nowhere, and I'll be streaming with Discount Hell, and I'll give DJ some inclination that I'm having a hard time not thinking about a character. This motherfucker sent me a full dialogue box as Valentino directed at Veronica, and I was like, you mother...
I also like the thing that I just got asked for. So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties. I actually kind of forgot what the cherubs sound like. They just sound like, what, high-pitched dickheads? I don't know.
God, I don't even remember what they sound like.
See, maybe that's a series you could do. Just have just have different characters recreate famous vines.
Please. Oh,
Daddy?
Oh.
Do I look like?
Oh god, no, fucking Vaggie. Vaggie is the lady smacking the trays. I don't get no sleep because of y'all. You're not gonna get no sleep because of me.
Actual classic though.
Yeah. I'm giggling thinking about her just smacking those fucking baking sheets together, and it's just angel dust in another room.
Y'all made me lose my mind!
Oh my god. And then Charlie would be the, No,
Charlie's like, have you ever had a dream where, when you...
Oh man. Which one would Cherry be? Oh god.
I know one that Husk would be. It's one I found quite recently. It was a guy who goes, not that it's any of your business, but fuck you, and fuck off, and leave me to my lotions. Oh, the floor just cracked. I may fall.
Oh, Oh god, Nifty is this one I just saw the other day, and I promise I'll stop being like, yeah, this one. There's this fucking girl, and she's got this spray bottle and this cloth, and she sprays this other girl in the ass, and I could just see Nifty spraying Vaggy's ass, and Vaggy turning around going, "What are you doing?" And Nifty going, "It says spray on flat surfaces."
Oh, I remember that one. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be totally a Nifty one.
Yeah, that lead me to my lotions when I found that one yesterday, and I was so happy to have discovered it. It's so funny. Not that it's any of your business, but fuck you, and fuck off, and leave me to my lotions. Oh shit, the floor just cracked. I think I might...
Oh, this is good. This is good. See, this is just turning into a normal Discord call for us. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I will say we'll probably have to wrap it up fairly soon, because it's like 2 a.m. for me, so if you've got if you have any last minute questions, then please get them in soon, because another 10 minutes or so maybe.
Yeah.
This is why Mom doesn't fucking love you!
This house is a fucking nightmare!
Oh, analog horror, absolutely. Like,
yes.
Local 58 is literally genius. It's the reason why when I did the House of Leaves video, I wanted to root it in, like, an analog horror.
Mm-hmm. That was fun, too. That was a fun read. I stayed up all night before recording... Was it Karen?
Yes.
Yeah. Before recording Karen, I accidentally stayed up all night, so when I did my lines, I was, like, actually manic as hell.
It worked.
It did. Aww.
We're making the people laugh.
Yeah. DJ? DJ?
Yes.
I think we might be funny.
That can't be right. that cannot be right. No.
Oh, we seem like best friends. Joke's on you, we fucking hate each other.
One last
Y'all
one.
wish you had nonsense like
One
this.
last. How did y'all meet? Riot sent me a message that was like, "Hey, I've been listening to your stuff and we could work together on something." And I was like, "Sure."
I offered to pay you first. I was like, I don't know if you're open to like commissions or collabs or what, but and then I had already pre-recorded a little section of me doing villain as Cherry on like my shitty little earbuds, and I said, how would you like to do this as Angel and Cherry? Because I really loved your Rain on Me cover with Lana. And then he was like, actually, I'll just work on it with you. Huh?
Hashtag pay DJ. I like that.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I don't ever go into somebody's DM saying, hey, will you collab with me for free? I always offer, like, do you do commissions or how do you prefer? But I don't know. I guess you liked the idea of it. It seemed, like, easy and fun because you were like, nah, actually, I'll just work on this with you. And I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. And here we are, where I get harassed on stream.
Hey, you asked to call me the other day yourself. It was like a milestone in our friendship.
Jesus.
I keep you company. You're like a little chinchilla. If you sit alone too long, you start losing hair and shaking.
Thank you. You're really bigging me up here right now. Thank you. That's how you. I have to admit, this is how you know you're good friends with someone, when they just casually insult you.
Wait, I just said you were a chinchilla. They are very cute.
Then you also said that if I don't talk to people, I shake and lose my hair. Which
is you get paranoid. You're just like, oh, maybe. No, you don't actually. You're just very quiet.
Plot twist.
I don't know. I worry
DJ
when you're
charges
quiet.
$5,000 per minute. Dude, I wish I could get away with that. That would be great.
I'm taking care of my friend Chihuahua teacher.
Oh, no. Let me feel better soon, Meg. Thank you for being here.
Feel better. Oh, amazing art always.
Oh, so your Hollow Knight dub. Oh, I love doing that. And yes, hype for Silk Song, but it's never coming out. Which is unfortunate. I hope Grim comes back.
Someday.
Paranoid rat. Yep. Anxiety DJ. That's my,
oh no! Whenever
these are my alter egos, like just like some sort of mental illness, and yeah, it's all spelt that way.
What was the one I called you? Nervous musician. Paranoid twink is a thing I call him a lot. You can't steal that from me.
No, you have never called me that before until now.
I've called you a twink before.
Yeah, and I wish you didn't.
Well, there you go.
Can you all just randomly bark at the mic? My throat is shot. I can't bark anything.
I could try and my palm might. I'm so not a dog. Fuck. No, I'm the schizo.
You know how like all the has-been characters have like their two-player variants. Like, people just inventing them now. We've got like sleep-deprived DJ.
Yeah. I don't even think you could do that with mine. It's Cycoriot. What is it? Mentally stable riot?
Social anxiety DJ.
Oh god. He'll say something that'll be like bare minimum, like being able to be taken as insecure, and I'll just be like, oh no, the DJ, he's paranoid.
And I just
Posh riot.
and I
it's just Octavia.
Yeah, Posh riot. It's just no, not Squidward. Oh.
No, he's like not organized riot. Oh my god, they did it.
You guys are wild now.
In like 3 hours almost, we have, well, okay, 2 hours. My brain is flat. In 2 hours, we've maintained such, like, you guys really stuck around. What the F? Paranoid riot. Eventually.
No.
Okay, we'll take your last name. We'll be Riot DJ.
No.
Okay, we'll make up our own names. We'll be Psycho DJ.
Stop. No.
Come on! Quit cucking me!
What is this straight into? Hey, let's answer some questions and have some fun. That it got turned into hey.
Hey, that's every call I ever have with you. I'm just like, hey, how are you doing? And then I'm like, so how are you doing though?
And I roll my eyes and I think, oh boy, this is the person I chose to become friends with.
Yup, fat mistake. Well, you can't get away from me now. I've got my hooks in.
Okay, I'm actually not gonna lie. Psychonoid actually does sound pretty cool.
That sounds kind of sick, yeah.
Oh,
quick, steal it. Pin it in our chat.
Yeah, we came up with this ourselves, huh?
Yeah, this is ours now.
Oh, no. In all seriousness, no, please. No ships with real people, nothing like that, please.
Yeah.
This is in jest and it's all a good fun, but please, just
yeah, it's in jest until I say it isn't. And right now, because he has a gun to my head, it's a joke.
Yes, somehow, apparently from across an ocean, I guess.
I can feel the cold steel pressing to the base of my skull as we speak.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Right, 5 minutes.
Okay.
If you have your last burning things to say them now, or hold your peace to whenever we do this again.
Yeah. Speak now. Philly's right. Arachnophilia is my one partner's username. So literally, I am dating a person who like absolutely loves and heavily identifies as Angel. My house is constantly just like very cherry and Angel flavored on a regular basis. Like I have a pet snake, he has a pet spider. It's hilarious. We also have a cat.
Favorite donuts. God, I can't remember the last time I had donuts. Like I'm like really long time ago. I'm thinking years.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Blueberry donut.
cool plans going in the future? Well, I said my current repertoire for things going forward is that I'm working on more music. One of them is a Sonic track that I'm working on with Corey Wilder that basically is like a final boss song, and it's going to sound pretty good, at least so far from what we've made. Delving into Undertale and Deltarune in terms of music. 2 original songs that aren't based in fandom. And then, as we mentioned, probably Verosica and probably Serpentius. Maybe other things as well. I've got a thing coming out with Dave very soon, which is going to be good. There's also something else with him that I'm going to show off at some point. There's a lot. I can't guarantee when or what order it's all going to come out in, but there's going to be more variety than just the Hell stuff going forward, and it's not because I'm getting tired of it or anything else like that. That's not the case. I just want, because I've been doing so much variety behind the scenes, I want to show that more publicly in the stuff that I upload. So I hope you stick around for stuff like that, because it's going to be good.
It will be. Especially if it's a Pencha song. Now I have the gun to your head.
You think a Striker song would be cool? I mean, yeah, but Striker's also a voice that's really hard for me. Would you ever...
Yeah, I only know like 2 dudes who can do Striker.
Would you ever be willing to do a meet and greet at a con? Man, would people even want to do that? I don't know. Also, yes, I do want to do more horror content. Like, horror is my favorite genre of stuff to sound design and do stuff for. There's some... I might do some more on House of Leaves if I can find a good part of the book to do, because it's a very difficult book to decipher, so trying to do bits of it is difficult. I want to, or we've discussed doing something related to Silent Hill, like the early ones as well, because that's just, you know, it's Silent Hill, come on.
Come on, and it's gonna be October.
So yeah, like, I do want to do some more horror stuff. That'd be good.
DJ, we gotta show the storyboards and then do, like, if we can just show them, like, the animation afterwards so they can see how it, like, actually did it.
Oh god, how am I gonna set this up?
Just pull the storyboard up and then do, like, a quick, like, play of the animation. Like, just open it up on Discord. Or just share, like, one browser window where you open it up.
That's the thing, I need to actually open this stuff up.
No, you guys are fantastic people. You guys are the reason that, like, DJ can, you know, support himself off of this, and, like, all your views and your love and stuff, that's just inspiration to work more.
Thank you so much.
Aw, may we two guys do a few lights as Angel and Cherry. Is your voice too shot for that, DJ?
It's pretty gone at this point, I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. You know you're still my favorite guy to party with.
There it is.
There it is.
Alright, let me see if I can add in a thing. I should have set this up beforehand, but I didn't think to do so.
I was late as fuck too, so. God.
Yeah, that's my VLC.
I love your little stream overlay so much.
Yeah, you have to deal with this roughness.
Thank you.
So this was like one of the original bits that Seb was sending over in terms of animation progress. Like, even at this stage you can see that, like, is it not showing? Oh my god, please tell me.
All I'm seeing is the Husk and Charlie picture. Is that anybody else?
It's not working! I'm so
Anthem 03? Oh good, I'm glad I said it right.
I should have tried to plan this out further. I thought it would just show up in VLC.
You just gotta
player.
drag it into your stream, I thought.
Nah, you have to, like, set up, like, a window capture and, like, do some other things, and, like, ugh.
Oh, I'm used to doing that on OBS.
I mean, okay, well, we'll have to show it at like some other point because I really should have like planned this ahead of time. To sort this all out. So I'm sorry. But we still have like the files for like the in-progress shots for the animation for Pop, and then along with Riot's original storyboards for how we wanted it to go down. For some reason,
I could just post them on Twitter after this.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best way to do it because my software is not playing ball right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not playing it. But yes, right now it is just about to go 20 past 2, so I think we're probably gonna call it there. So thank you all so much for showing up. There's been like a massive amount of you that's been here to ask all these questions. Again, thank you for allowing me to have made the original music for essentially a full year now and do this as like my actual career and a job. I never thought I'd ever get to that point. And it's thanks to everyone sat in the chat. It's thanks to Riot. It's thanks to all the artists that have helped me out. It's everyone. So thank you so much. It's really nice of you.
Stop being so damn talented.
Yeah, don't worry. The next song I put out will just be absolute dog shit. I'll completely mess it up.
You'll just smirch your fucking legacy.
Yeah. What I'll do is that I'll make it like a rave track, but then I'll boost the bass up too high so you hear nothing but sort of like that really crunchy distortion and no other sort of music. I think that'll be a good idea.
And then you'll just slap like a character's face on it. And be like, yeah, this is totally this character.
It's like, hey, do you want to hear something that's like that doesn't sound like it fits this character at all? Yeah, well, you have to.
You have to become the LaCroix of has-been music.
Like, look, here's a track, and I threw the character through the stream, and they touched it briefly to impart like and then there we go.
The bare minimum essence of Vaggie. A breeze of Nifty.
A breeze of Nifty. Jesus.
That sounds ridiculous.
A breeze of Nifty would actually be like a really good flavor for LaCroix.
Yeah, actually, that sounds kind of banger, but like, what does Nifty taste like? Never mind, I don't want to know the chat's opinions on that.
Let's not go there.
Let's pass that one.
Yes, but thank you for everyone being here and putting up with the silliness and all the jokes and all the questions. It was really fun. I don't know when I'll do another stream like this. Just whenever there's a reason to, I suppose. But thank you. It's been
if
great.
you guys ask really nicely, I'll make him stream with me again.
Unbelievable. All right.
You love it.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.